The English is a more patient opening, where white plays c4 to control the d5 square without committing a central pawn. c5 meets c4 with a symmetrical approach to controlling the center. Knight f3 develops the knight and controls the d4 and e5 squares. Knight c6 develops the knight toward the center and controls the d4 and e5 squares. Knight c3 develops the knight toward the center and controls the d5 and e4 squares. Knight f6 develops the knight toward the center and controls the d5 and e4 squares. g3 prepares to fianchetto, the light-squared bishop, to g2, where it will sit on the long diagonal. This prepares the bishop for development. Your bishop is ready to be developed to an active square. After all captures, this is an equal trade. You exchange pieces of equal value. This maintains the balance in material with a good trade. You captured back. This develops the bishop and gives it scope on the long diagonal. You fianchetto your bishop, placing it on a powerful diagonal. Castling gets the king out of the center of the board, while castling on the same side as your opponent and preparing for the middle game. The bishop is ready to be developed to an active square. Good move, textbook play so far. This is a book move, meaning it follows established opening theory. Played by connected rooks can be very useful. This activates a piece and simultaneously wins time by attacking a queen. This is a good time for you to get out of trouble. This defends a pawn that was under attack and had no defenders. Very good choice. Right on target. Your pawn is no longer hanging and is now defended. This threatens to kick a bishop. You kicked your opponent's piece from that square. This creates a counter threat against the bishop, as opposed to retreating. You found a safer square for your bishop. This is the only good move. This kicks a bishop. Nice find. You found the only move in this position. Takes back. Good job, that's what I would have played too. This threatens to win material through a fork. You prevented your opponent from being able to win material through a fork. This misses an opportunity to capture a free pawn. Good job stepping in to defend your pawn. Black's piece has moved to a square with greater activity and control. There is no stopping you from winning a pawn with the right follow-up. This threatens to tactically win a pawn. Taking that pawn will win material for you after the follow-up trades. Recaptures. You are threatening to win a rook through an eventual fork. Now white can't stop black from winning a pawn if they make the right moves. Nice, definitely the right move. Taking that knight wins material after the follow-up trades are made. Recapturing. This is the strongest option. You take back. Recaptures from a previous move. There was only one good move and you found it. This blocks the check from an opposing rook. This removes an attacker that was threatening to capture one of your pieces. Takes back. The only move and you found it. This leaves a pawn without defenders. You captured that free pawn. This blocks the check from an opposing queen. Good thinking. There were worse moves, but also something much better. A good choice to move your threatened bishop. That's fine. Passed pawns must be pushed. A very strong play. Your passed pawn advances to its goal. One of the best moves. This is a fine move. This steps away from the checking queen. Yes, this is the way. A solid choice. Your passed pawn is one step closer to promotion. A very strong play. Good job, that's what I would have played too. Very precise. Nice, definitely the right move. Right on target. This move gives you a passed pawn, free to advance up the board. This is the strongest option. You captured a free bishop. One of the best moves. Well done, an excellent move. This protects an underdefended pawn that is under attack. Yes, this is the way. This offers an equal trade of pieces. You trade off equal material. Recaptures. Good job, that's what I would have played too. Very precise. Very good choice. A solid choice. This move wins a pawn. That bishop was free for the taking. This is a fine move. A very strong play. You captured a free pawn. This move puts the pawn on a safer square. Your opponent has to watch that passed pawn. One of the best moves. Passed pawns must be pushed. That's not a mistake, but it's not the best move either. Your passed pawn advances to its goal. A solid choice. You're continuing down the road to checkmate. Right on target. Getting closer to the forced checkmate. A very strong play. You continue the checkmate attack. This is the strongest option. Your move gets closer to checkmate. The pawn is now passed because it can no longer be challenged by pawns as it tries to promote. You're continuing down the road to checkmate. This evades the check from the queen. You did it. Nice checkmate.